Hello queens, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be focusing on knotless soft locks. We're doing 24 inches today, and here I'm just parting my base out. I've laid my not gel, my Murray's Edge wax, and I have not combed it through yet because I'm waiting to do that after I start actually parting it out and braiding it down. So here I'm just sectioning to make sure you're not overlapping your parting. I know it is hard to not overlap your parting on some sections, but here I'm trying my best not to overlap the parting. Once you get each plait the way you want it, you want to go ahead and comb that product through, flatten your base out, and begin braiding. I'm going to do like a ½ an inch down. Once I braid that down, I'm going to take my actual lock. I'm going to open the loop up and pull it through one strand of the hair. Once you pull it through one strand of the hair, you want to braid your plait all the way down to the end. Make sure you're braiding your plait all the way down to the end, so when you're taking it out, you're not ripping and tearing the hair on the ends. And it's easier to locate your hair when you do it this way. As you can see, whenever I'm parting and sleeking my plait down, I like to flatten it down and pull my plait downward before I start braiding, so get that flat look. Once you get all your parts in line, you want to take one piece of the Cuban Twist and 16" of the pre-parting hair, and you want to use that one piece and section it out into 3 to 4 pieces. Here I'm able to get 4 pieces out of it, so I'm splitting those in 4 equal parts, and then I'm going to take that hair that's at the end and just pull that out, because that extra hair is not necessary to be on the strands. Once you do that, you want to get your crochet hook. I'm using a traditional crochet hook, and I'm going to insert that hair at least ½ an inch away from the base. So right above where you inserted that lock at, you want to insert your piece of Cuban Twist hair. And here I'm just demonstrating how I go about doing a full client's head. I do it row by row. I part, I section, I braid, and insert the lock in the entire row, and then I start to wrap. It speeds up the process for me, but like if you like doing individual braids or plaits at a time and then inserting your hair and wrapping down fully before starting the next one, you can do that as well. I just feel like it takes more time doing it like that, and planning out that part already, you know, saves me time. Once all of your hair is inserted, you want to pull that Cuban twist hair to one thin end piece, and then you want to begin wrapping. I wrap around a base around 3 or 4 times, and then I start bringing that wrap downward. I am skip wrapping. You can see it, you know, in real time. I'm just wrapping over the base, and as I wrap, I'm bringing that Cuban twist downward and continue to wrap. Here I'm just swiping off that excess Murray's Edge wax. It does turn greasy after a while, but I like to swipe it off so that white residue doesn't show through. So you just want to swipe that little section off. Make sure it's not dry whenever you swipe it off. You want to swipe it off when it's still like wet looking, so you can turn it into like an oily base and you won't have that white residue around your actual locks. And excuse me y'all, it is hard, you know, recording and doing hair, so you're gonna see me play around with the focus, zooming in and out. I am trying to stay in the camera as much as possible, but I will be, you know, telling you every detail as I go down. But for right now, I'm just wrapping my base, my Cuban twist hair all the way down, and I do not use any type of glue, adhesive, anything like that to seal my ends. Using a small piece of hair will get you that tightness you need at the end so your lock would not ravel. So as I'm going down, the piece is getting thinner and thinner, and that's going to actually seal your lock in place. You don't need to use any type of glue. Just keep wrapping up and down once you reach the end, and then your lock is sealed. Make sure you're going past your client's hair at least 2 to 3 inches, so whenever they get ready to take it out, they're not cutting. And they decide to do it that method, but I do not cut the ends of my client's hair when I'm taking it out. I start from the top to take it out. But here I'm just doing the same method. I'm pulling my Cuban twist hair to the very end, and I begin to wrap. So you see that small base, because I'm using that small piece of hair. So the less hair you use, the skinnier your lock would appear to be. And you see here, like, it is very important to swipe off that excess Murray's Edge wax. I do like to palm roll at the end once I finish wrapping that excess piece off, the excess product off, so I don't leave that white residue. So if you let that dry just the way it is, then depending on what you're using, it can leave that white residue. And it's an easy fix. If you do have anything like that, you can actually take a little bit of oil on your finger and just rub it in that section, or you can just use like a shining spray to spray those sections and just rub it off. But you don't want to let that just sit there dry. Y'all, please excuse me. I am trying to move around this camera and do hair, so I have to look back to make sure I'm not like out of the camera. But I'm trying my best to get these videos out to you guys, so bear with me as I work on different ways to improve, you know, working on hair and recording. But here I'm just bringing the Cuban twist all the way down to the end, and like I said, once you have that thin piece towards the end, you just wrapping up and down to seal that lock. Do not use any type of glue, adhesive, anything like that, because you don't want to glue your client's hair together or damage the locks overall. So once again, I'm just wrapping around my base. Once I slide my Cuban twist to that thin end, any end is fine, whatever way you feel comfortable wrapping to. Just make sure you're not wrapping from that middle of the Cuban twist hair, and you're wrapping from the end of it. It also makes you have more hair to wrap down, and you won't use so many pieces, you know, achieving this style. But here I'm just using the skip wrap method again, and I'm just going to show you this whole row, and then I'm going to move to that front row to show you guys how I part out the front to make sure my parts are even completely throughout that front row, and the way I start my actual parts in the front. For this entire back row, I'm parting from ear to ear up until I reach the top section. I do part the hair in 3 sections, so I have 2 on each side in the front and then the full back. So with the full back section, I'm just using the ear to ear method, parting my rows out, and then I'm working my way up like that. Here I have to take a pause and show you guys my Instagram, y'all. It's been 6+ years. It have been more than 6 years, but I'm just saying 6+ years, just estimating it. And we reached 100K followers on Instagram. So if you have not followed me on Instagram yet, follow me at queenofslay_locks. You can see many little tutorials, reels I make. Also my wig collection. And I post like updates if you're interested in booking on my Instagram page. So follow me at queenofslay_locks. And here we just back into, you know, wrapping my Cuban twist down, doing the skip wrap method, and then we're gonna move to that front section. So here I have completed one side already. I'm working on the other side. So when I start parting, I do not start from the ear. I start from the top middle section of her hair, and I part my parts out this way because I feel like if I start from the ear, that's just me. My parts always tend to go on a slant. I don't know why. It always happens. If I do not start from that middle section and part that first row at the top first, and then work my way down to the bottom, I will have parts just all type of ways, and I'm not for it. We're here for clean parts, clean sections, and a flat look. So I start my part at the top and I section. It depends on your head size, between 5 and 6 parts in that front section, so I won't overcrowd the front whenever you're here to style your hair or anything like that. I think 5, 6, maybe 7, depends on your head size, is the max I go. Anything more than that, I feel like it's just overcrowded, and we still here for a flat, knotless look. So here I'm just parting it out, and I'll begin, my braid process once I have all those sections clipped to the end. Once I reach the top, I'm using the same exact method. I'm laying my Murray's Edge wax on the top and bottom of that section of hair. I'm going to part it out, and then I'm going to comb it through and begin, my base. And I'm using the same method I used for the front of her hair. I did clip out her baby hairs because she did want a kind of drastic look for her baby hairs. Not too drastic, but enough to make, that cute little swoop in the front. So here I'm just parting. I know it's hard for the front section not to overlap those parts, but try your best to window those parts out. Do not overlap the parts if you can. I know it is hard. It's okay if you get a few locks that's, directly on top of each other. If you can, bring it to either side so it won't lay directly on that next part. Try to do that. So try to window your parts out, bricklayer your parts out, whatever method whatever terminology you use for that. Just try not to overlap your parts during this section. And here I'm just doing the same exact method I did in the back. Once I start my plait, I insert that lock into one strand of hair, and I continue to just braid to the very end of her hair. I'm going to take my Cuban twist hair once again, insert it through that base part, about 1/2 inch from the base, right above your lock, and you're going to use that in to begin wrapping, and you're going to skip wrap all the way down. I couldn't get a full picture or video of the look once we were completed, but I am here to show you guys how I did her baby hairs. So I did use the little small flat iron. Y'all, please excuse my flat iron. I've been having this flat iron for years, but it works magic. I love it for my edges. And I'm just curling her hair to the front, and then I'm gonna go in and I'm just going to map out the way that the curls lay. And then I'll put my edge wax on, not edge wax, my edge control on. I think I use like the Ebin 24-hour edge tamer, and put that just on the base of the curl, not the bottom, just the base. And I'm just swooping it in a direction that is curl. And here's the final look. Just let me know what you guys think, you know, how you guys like it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this video with your family and friends. Also move over to my Instagram, you know, follow me there so you can get more tips, tricks, and updates there. I am more consistent when it comes to Instagram, whereas YouTube, but I'm trying to get consistent, you guys. I am trying to push these videos out for y'all because y'all have so many questions on my Instagram page that I feel like it's just a ton to answer. It's many videos that we can push out, you know, answering those questions. If you're trying to start your hair business, just let me know what you guys think. Give me your feedback. I am working on editing voiceovers, not standing in front of the camera, you guys, but bear with me as I am trying to push videos out, you know, good content out for you guys. And I'm just going to keep practicing. Watch me grow this platform. Thank you guys for watching.